Good morning.
All right, good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, please, in 1 minute, you need to register your attendance. Send a text message to the number that sent this link to you and notify the number that you're already connected online. Please send a text message now to the number that sent you the link to this meeting and notify the number that you're already connected online. So your name and your notification. I'm connected online already. So that will register you that you're connected already. Please do that now in 1 minute. In 1 minute. I also assume everybody can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just give a thumb up. Just a thumb up to signify that you can hear me. You can click a thumb up on your system and you can give it directly if you can hear me. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Thank you, Ifeoluwa. Thank you. Thank you, Oloyede. Thank you. Oyelade, thank you so much. Thank you. Yesterday, Alarapi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, very quickly, we commence this meeting and I'm going to be sharing my page with you people. I deliberately put everybody on silence to reduce background noise so that the noise from each person's place will not be affecting everybody generally. And in the course of this session, please, if you have any question whatsoever, just note them down on your paper. And after this online workshop, you're going to have a time for one-on-one telephone interview with a representative of the organization. They will take all your questions, then you can proceed with it. And I want to assume that all of us have been communicated with as regards the purpose of this online session. Please, you need the right mindset and the right attitude to be able to pick the best out of this workshop. And I'm confident that none of us came online to waste our time, neither does the organization want to waste time. So very quickly, I'll be sharing my slide with you this morning, and I'll be using it to explain a lot of things. If you could see my slide, please just give a thumb up. As expected, if you could see my slide, just give a thumb up. As expected, thank you. If you could see my slide, just give a thumb up so I can be sure we're on the same page. So I can be sure we're on the same page. If you can see my slide, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, in this workshop, I will quickly want to sound some note of warning because this workshop will be explaining a lot of things. Some of it might be new, some of it might not be new. Some of it might be with our values. Some of these might look so different from our values. Please don't take things personal in this workshop and don't be too hard on yourself. It will explain a lot of things regarding where you are now and where you're supposed to be. Please, this is not a time to blame. This is not a time to blame anybody. This is not a time to blame yourself. This is not a time to blame our parents. This is not a time to blame the government. This is not a time to blame our lecturers in school. This is the time to take responsibility. 100% responsibility is what you need at this junction. And like I always tell people, that for all of us here today, we are not idiots, we are not We are not naive. We're not foolish. Wherever we are now, we have only taken advantage of the available information to us before now. And wherever you're going to be in the next few years from now is as a result of the available information that you are going to acquire from today on. So please, I want you to understand this formula according to Jack Canfield and use it as a formula that guides what you do. Jack Canfield said, event plus response equals outcome. Event plus response equals outcome. That is E plus R equals O. It means the outcome of our life today is as a result of how we have responded to events of time past. And just like I said, the outcome of our life in the next few years is as a result of how we are going to respond to the event of today. Positive people will respond positively to events, and negative people will respond negatively to events. But remember, we're going to be the outcome of our response to every event of our life. So this is one of the events of our life, and please, we need the right attitude as we progress. You are welcome to this session. When the word interview is being talked about, most of the time, many of us used to have this misconception about interview. And that's why very quickly I'll be talking about what an interview means, and we'll move on from there. An interview is a standard tool of selection which is defined as a formal meeting arranged between two parties. And the two parties are the interviewer and the interviewee. Our organization is the interviewer while you are the interviewee. I'm representing the organization, and I'm not going to be the only person that will be taking this workshop. I'm going to also going to be having some executive in the organization join me here, and you are the interviewee. Most of the time when an interview is being carefully marked, a lot of people used to have the misconception that it must be for job. No, that's where we get it wrong. Dictionary meaning of interview. If, God forbid, somebody falls sick now, you rush the person to the hospital, and the doctors begin to ask questions from the person. What did you eat yesterday? What have you eaten today? You know, what is the doctor trying to do? He's trying to interview the person to know the person's state of health. Is it for a job? No. If something happens now, take for instance, you decide to go out and the police begin to ask you, where are you going? What do you want to go for? Where is your permit to go out? What are they trying to do? They are interviewing you. Is that for a job interview? No. So please don't be streamlined to one meaning of a sentence. Always understand anything from broader sense of view. So based on convenience, an interviewer, an interviewee, an interview can be organized in various ways. So let's look at different ways an interview can be organized. It could be organized by screening or telephone interview, video conferencing, one-on-one, a group interview, and the likes. So what we are doing this morning is to combine video conferencing plus a group interview. And that's why at this junction, I would like everybody to sit up, sit tight, and pay attention to what needs to be explained. Even though you are doing this interview in the comfort of your house, you need total concentration to be able to understand what is happening. Now, in this kind of interview, there are things we are looking out for. The first thing we're looking out for is your leadership quality, because you eventually be leading people in this organization. We work with people. Our model is a model that works with people. Somebody said in every business venture, 3 P's makes a business. The first P is product, the second P is process, and the third P is people. Any organization that wants to go far must take cognizance of its people more. And that is where leadership comes in. We are looking for leaders in business. People who can lead people, who can lead clients, who can lead co-partners forward in the organization. Another thing we are looking for is initiativeness. How well can you think? How well can you reason? In an event like this, the world is going through the time of COVID-19, lockdown everywhere, the numbers are rising. Just yesterday, Lagos State alone recorded 70 new cases of coronavirus. There's every tendency this lockdown continues. If lockdown continues again after another 2 weeks, which is equivalent to 4 weeks, how well can you think? Are you going to continue to stay at home doing nothing? Or you're going to put in your initiative to do something, and that is where our organization comes in. Our organization is a leadership and entrepreneurial development organization. The system we work with allows us to be relevant even when other people are locked down. And that is the essence of today. Using your initiative to understand what I can do in this period of lockdown, and I still continue to make money out of my pocket. And that is what initiativeness is all about. Don't celebrate problems, because problems always exist. Be prepared to face whatever is happening or whatever will happen next. And that is one thing about life. Be assertive about your decision. Stop talking from double mouths. When you make a decision today, be ready to stand by that decision and let it be you. Another thing that we need in this organization is oral communication skills. You must be able to present yourself and what you have to offer and what you represent well. Coming to the organization as a leader in business, you're going to be a promoter to the organization brand. You're going to be representing the organization to promote necessary brand to clients, customers, and fellow co-partners. What does it mean? It means you must have a good communication skills. You should be able to present yourself in such a way that the world will be able to see meaning in what you are presenting, and they will be able to accept your offer. Another thing is enthusiasm. You must be a happy person. You must be happy with yourself. You must be happy from within. Don't be sad. And that's why somebody said in this age and time, if you want to be happy, you must reduce the news you listen to. Because if you're a kind of person who listens to news and news and news and news, you keep feeling bad, you keep getting anxious, you keep getting nervous, and at the end of the day, you start feeling the world is going to come to an end. You know, Les Brown said something. He said, if the world is going to come to an end, somebody will tell you. Somebody somewhere will tell you. So please, one of the ways to make yourself happy in this period is to reduce your news you listen to and be happy from within. You need self-confidence as well if you're going to work with us in our organization, and you need to be tactful. What wins war is not by the amount of weapon you have. What wins war is about the strategy you bring into the system. So please, you need to be tactical. And this takes you to a brief story about me. My name is Dele Akisulola, and I welcome you officially to this session. A very quick story about me. I joined the organization 8 years ago. What does it mean? It means this organization you're about to come into now, I have been in this organization for 8 years. I think at this junction, I'm a legend, and I think I'm in a better position. I think I'm in a better position to be able to tell you some basic facts about the organization. This is not a question or a debate session. This is a place for us to learn. Whatever I say is not for you to pick fault in it. Whatever I say is just to guide you. So if I'm trying to say, do not reduce the news you listen to, I'm not trying to say listening to news will make you unhappy. What I'm trying to say is when you reduce the news you listen to, you have more reason to be happy from within than to see the troubles in the world. That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, back to what I'm saying. I joined the organization 8 years ago, and 8 years in the organization, I've been able to see through and I've been able to go through the experiences of the organization that I'll be putting you through today. Before I joined the organization, I used to be a graduate of microbiology. I had my first degree 2007. I had my master's 2011. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I know many of us seated here, you have a lot of certificates with you. You have a lot of professionalism with you. But please, can you for a moment think beyond what you carry and be open-minded enough to see through into what life itself has to offer? I was talking to a group of people in a meeting online some days ago, and I made them understand that it is evidently clear that life is restarting itself. Life is refreshing itself. Things are changing shape. A time is going to come in the next few years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, children that are going to be given birth to will never assume that some things used to happen. They will never believe that there was a time we used to carry slates. They will never believe there was a time that office used to open and sessions like this used to take place in an office. What does it mean? It means life is changing, because even schools these days are going telecast. School these days are going online. I have a 7-year-old daughter. They just resumed school now. They have resumed already. And how did they resume? They resumed online. Just like I'm having a Zoom meeting with you now, she has resumed already. She's having her first period already, a Zoom class. So what does it mean? It means a time is going to come that children we're going to give birth to will not even know that there was a time we used to attend school. So life is refreshing itself, and you must be open-minded to see what life has to offer. So when I came into the organization, before I came into the organization, I looked for a job. My first paying job then was with Gino Tomato, where I was employed and I was offered 29,000 naira as a quality control personnel. And after a few while, I took the job and I told myself, this is not going to take me anywhere. So I went for my master's, and after my master's, I had a better offer with Scout Foods, the company that produced Tropicals juice. And my better offer this time around was an offer of 45,000 naira. As at the time I got the offer of 45,000 naira, I was already married. Now the question is, as a married man, how do I take care of my wife with 45,000 naira? You know, how do I become a good husband with 45,000 naira? How do I become a good father with 45,000 naira? I got married to a young woman who would like to look good. She would like to do Brazilian hair, woman hair, Bosnia Coys, Alicia Keys, Victoria Beckham. The question is, how do we cope? At that junction, please tell me the truth. Do I have a problem or I didn't have a problem? I didn't need a soothsayer to tell me, Dele, you have a problem and you need to look for a solution. So I kept looking for a solution until a couple of months later, I got this opportunity. And when I met this opportunity, I got to understand that you can do the same thing in a different way. I got to understand that I can work with an organization, not like an employee, but as a co-partner. I got to understand that I can do the same thing I would have done on a job. I could do the same thing, building business in partnership where I have a stake. And that was how I got into this organization 8 years ago. And 8 years after, I stand firm to tell you today that I've not seen any of my mates anywhere who can boldly stand up and tell me 8 years on the job, they hand close to what I hand today. I'm not here in this session to brag, but I'm here in this session to make you understand that life has two sides. A coin has two sides. Don't be used to one side of life. There are other sides of life you don't know, and that is what today's session is all about. I know in this session, a lot of people are seated there, you are doubting Thomas's. If you're that kind of person, it will have been better you don't waste your time, don't waste your data to keep sitting down. If you know you are going to doubt everything that will be said in this session today. Somebody said it's a waste of time if you go to prayer mountain and you don't believe that God will answer your prayer. It's a waste of time. So don't even bother taking your time out of your house to go to prayer mountain to pray when you don't know God will answer the prayer. And that is exactly what this organization is all about. That's why I said it earlier. I said a lot of things will be said today that might look so uniquely new, but you need to be open-minded to be able to see through. So to start this workshop proper, I'm going to put you through this picture. I hope we can all see this picture. For some of us, you must have seen it before, and for some of us, you might be seeing it for the first time. This is called a cash flow quadrant, as named by Robert T. Kiyosaki. That's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki said, in every quadrant, in every economy, everybody makes money. And everybody that makes money in an economy is known to belong to one part of this quadrant. I don't know what you've been doing before now, but whatever you've been doing that have been bringing money into your pocket, put you in one out of these four quadrants. If you're a prostitute, you belong here. If you're a armed robber, you belong here. If you're a doctor, you belong somewhere here. If you're a teacher, you belong somewhere here. If you're a pastor, you belong somewhere here. And let me explain this in a broader sense. Look at the picture in a broader sense. I want everybody to be open-minded to see what I have to show here now. This looks colorful. But take the pictures one after the other. The first one we should take is the picture of the spiral. There is a man in the middle of the spiral. He's a young man, he's a youth, he's looking handsome. He's wearing a suspender, his tie is flying while he's running, he's carrying a briefcase. Automatically, it's evident that he's running to work. But do you know one thing about this illustration? This illustration shows that the workplace is like the spiral cycle. It's moving, but he himself is running in the middle. Let me explain this further. Maybe you will understand. When we were much younger, we used to roll tire. All of us can relate to it because we are Nigerians, we are African. No matter where you are now, you know how your childhood were. When I was much younger, I used to roll tire. And I could remember those days rolling tire, we used to spice up our childhood play. And how do we spice it up? Sometimes we use for a long stick, we put it in the middle of the tire, and we begin to roll the tire. Now, what do you observe? You observe that the tire begins to move in distance. But one thing about the stick that was put inside is that it remains in the same position. If you agree with me, please give a thumb up. Now, what does it mean? It means the tire is moving, but the stick was not moving. So automatically, oh, sorry. A lot of people have not been hearing me. So what I've been saying in essence, I hope you can hear me now. I hope you all can hear me now. If you can hear me, please give me a thumb up, please. If you can hear me, please give me a thumb. Thank you very much. So what I've been saying in essence is the fact that when you're on a job, you get tired, but your organization wants to keep motivating you, they keep whining you. This is the whiner behind that they use to keep screwing you. And for how long will you continue to live your life at the mercy of people who keep motivating you when you are tired? For how long will you continue to work with people who, at the end of it all, you keep wasting your time, your energy, and the organization is progressing, but you are showing little or no progress in your personal life? I have a lot of people who are families and friends. In this period of lockdown, salaries have not been paid. Even the ones that salary have been paid, the salary is nothing. You agree with me that in this period, you are spending more money than when you were working. I understand what I'm saying. Maybe you don't understand. So the simple truth is, for how long will you continue to work and remain like this? A lot of families and friends, I can show you my phone, have been sending me text message of help, sending the account number and the likes, looking for people that will help and assist them. And they are working, they're on a job. So for how long do we continue like this to be at the mercy of people? That is exactly what today's session is all about. Now, a lot of people get tired along the line and they decide they don't want to work with the organization again. They want to go and build their own business. I said it earlier. I said this session is for matured minds. Please, if you know you are here online and you are not ready, you are not matured in mind enough to be patient in this interview session, don't burn your data. It's better you just log out and go back to what you have been doing before. Somebody said it's insanity. The true definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result. So please, there are no reason for certain questions of how long we are going to be. This is a workshop and a lot of things are to be explained to you in this workshop. So a lot of people do not want to be an employee anymore and they choose to go and be a self-employed. Who is a self-employed person? A self-employed person is a professional. Somebody who has gone to school, read, became professional. This person can be an artisan. This person can be an architect. This person can be a doctor. This person can be a lawyer. This person can be a professional. But one thing about them is this time around, he is not given a job, but he owned the job. He owned the job. Most of the things that happens to an employee also happens to a self-employed person most of the time. A typical example is, if you've been a self-employed person and presently in this situation now, in the last 1 month, if your kind of job, if your kind of business has nothing to do with health or nutrition, you agree with me that at this junction, most shops are locked down. I was in ShopRite yesterday and I could see so many shops locked down in ShopRite. The only shops that are open are the pharmaceutical or the food grocery shops. So what does it mean? It means the same condition that happens to employees most times happens to self-employed people. And you know one thing about these people on this side of the quadrant? They work so hard, they have no security, they have no time, they run on large debts, and they have insufficient funds. That's one thing about these people on this side of the quadrant. They have insufficient funds and they run on large debts. Another thing is they are stressed out. And if you look at it, 95% of people in the population shares 5% of wealth in the population. And this is where dog eat dog mentality comes in. This is where survival of the fittest comes in. And if you look at the right side of the quadrant, that's exactly where we are going to. On the right side of the quadrant, you see a man on safari. He's not looking handsome. Monkey, no fine, but a mommy like him. He's not looking so handsome, but he's carrying a briefcase loaded with money. His mouth is long, and he is eating and is crashing at the same time. This man is known to own a system and people work for him. Not just that, he gets a passive income. Passive income is an income that grows with you. Active income is an income that devalues as you grow older. That's why you discover that you were earning 70,000 3 years ago, and today 70,000. The value of 70,000 3 years ago is better than the value of 70,000 today. How much is a dollar now? A dollar is 400 and something naira now. 3 years ago, a dollar was 200 and something naira, or 300 and something naira. 6 years ago, a dollar was 100 and something naira. So what does it mean? It means look at your salary, look at the value of a dollar. Convert your salary to a dollar. You will know whether you are diminishing or devaluing or not devaluing. Another thing so important here is that people on this side of the quadrant, they have easy work, they are stable, and they have spare time. And another thing that's so important is most people who are business owners, they build an asset that generates money, and they take the money to become an investor, where money works for them. At this junction, they have no debts, and at this junction, they have freedom. Now, the amazing part of it is 5% people in the population are here, and they share 95% wealth. That's why it looks as if it is abundance in the level in the world of business owners. Look at what happened of recent when COVID-19 came. So many people came together and they said, let us support the government, and they began to donate money. Dangote 1 billion, Elumelu billion, or $10 billion. How many employees donated? Rather, you see that employees are now looking for government to start sharing the money. Employees are looking for palliative, why business owners are giving support. That is the world we live in. And you know one thing, if you've been an employee all your life or you've been a self-employed, please stop blaming people for where you are now. Remember what I said earlier? I said event plus response leads to outcome. Meaning that your response to every event of your life before now is the outcome of what you are seeing today. And I'm still saying it to you now, that your response to the event of today will lead you to the outcome of tomorrow. So what am I trying to point out? What I'm pointing out in essence is stop the blame game and begin to understand what works in life. Now, let me explain it in a broader sense here. It means an employee have a job. They don't have leverage and they enjoy 5% wealth in the population. So it means as plenty as employees are, they only share 5% wealth in the population. They value their time relating with money. That's why you see you work. If you want more money, you work more. That's why you see in some quarters, some employees want to do overtime so that they can make more money. A self-employed person still have no leverage, but he owns the job. And 95% of people in the population are here. That's why you discover that a self-employed person also work with more time. In fact, a self-employed person, most of the time, they wake up 6 a.m., they've opened their shop, and they don't leave the shop until 9, 10 p.m. They eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in that shop. They walk around the clock, having little or nothing to show. But a business owner, they own a system, not a job. System. And they have leverage. And they share 95% wealth. More people work with or for them, which equivalent to more money. And an investor does not need to work with people. He just send money on errand, and more money equals more money. Guys, look at this very well. That's exactly what we are here for today. You are here to understand how to be a business owner, to work with people. You are here to be interviewed on how you can own a system. And that is why, if you are not angry at where you are and you want to continue to blame people, you will not take responsibilities for yourself. And that's why you need to take responsibility of where you are now so that you can take responsibility of where you want to be tomorrow. Now, at this junction, ask yourself a very germane question. Where do you like to be on this quadrant? And also ask yourself, where have you been on this quadrant? Then the next question you need to ask yourself is, what do you need to do to change where you have been on this quadrant to where you are supposed to be? And very quickly, this takes us to leverage. If you look at the previous slides, they talk more about leverage. No leverage, leverage. So the question at this junction is, what is leverage? Leverage can be defined as a support system that allows you to work hard for a few years of your life and allows you not to work hard for the rest of your life. Let me say it again. Leverage is a support system that allows you to work hard for a few years of your life and you reap the reward of your hard work for the rest of your life. Somebody said, if you don't know how to leverage, you will work hard till you die. Warren Buffett said, if you don't know how to make money when you sleep, you will work till you die. Guys, let's tell ourselves the real truth. What makes business owners own a system is that they build something that allows them to make money even when they are not there. I'll tell you today that I am working from home now. I'm not going to the office, but the simple truth is I'm making money while I'm at home. How much money have you made while you're at home? If you don't make money while you're at home, it means you don't have a system that generates money while you are not working. Let me explain leverage for you to understand very well. Leverage is a support structure that helps you to carry a harder load. The problem of money will continue to persist. If you don't have leverage, to solve the problem will be difficult. Why did I say so? You know, I used to illustrate this, that if you have a problem of 50,000 and you go get a job of 70,000, of course, that problem is solved. But what happens by the time you have a problem of 80,000? You will be looking for a job of 100,000. Okay, what now happens when you have a problem of 150,000? You now start looking for a job of 200,000. Okay, what happens when your responsibility increases to 250,000? You'll be looking for a job of 300,000. Okay, what happens again when your responsibility increases to 500,000? You'll be looking for a job of 700,000. Okay, tell me what will now happen when you now need 1 million at that junction. Ifeolu, I could see your response. I could see your response. Or are you telling me you are never going to need 1 million? That's the question. So guys, if you don't leverage today, then you are giving yourself problem. You are postponing the evil days. If you don't build on leverage today, you are postponing the evil days for tomorrow. And that is why, please, see, you might be young, but begin to think about tomorrow, because tomorrow is more important than today. That is what leverage is all about. Leverage allows you to start working hard now and start building something that will take care of you tomorrow, even when you don't have the energy to work hard anymore. Leverage. Now, how do you now build leverage? And why do you even need to build leverage? I came across this thing online, and it was an American survey. And America says, by statistics and research now, 47 million jobs will be lost in the next quarter, according to COVID-19. In America, in Europe, all around the world, 47 million jobs will be lost. Don't wait till it starts happening. I'm telling you this today. Many shops are closed down. Many companies are closed down. It's as if they are starting afresh when COVID-19 leaves. You know, that is if you're on a job. Please, what will happen to you now? If by the time lockdown opens and your employers tell you they don't need your service again, please, what do you think will happen? What will you do? What will you do? And that is why if you don't fetch for the days you need water, you will discover that I know will always be the language at that junction. Now, another reason why you need to build leverage is because National Restaurant Association says something. Please stop writing things on the wall, please. Stop writing things on the wall. I want to believe this session is not done for kids. This session is not done for babies. This session is for adults. Please stop writing things on the wall. Whatever you write on the wall shows on everybody's page. It doesn't make sense. You are not the one doing the session. What you need to do is to pay attention to me so that I can display to you all that you need. Now, National Restaurant Association says 3% of restaurants are permanently closed worldwide. And out of these restaurants, 70%, the ones that are not yet closed, 70% have already laid off their workforce. I'm still talking about why do you need leverage? Why do you need leverage? Now, you also need leverage to build residual income. You need leverage to build residual income, just like I said earlier. Tomorrow, you are going to need millions. Tomorrow, you are going to need higher money. You need to build something today that will generate the higher money tomorrow. Now, how do you use leverage to build residual income? You can only do that when you have a quality product or service that is essential and people will continue to purchase month by month, day by day, year by year in a growing market segment. Guys, sit back and ask yourself, today, what can you really say people continue to purchase? Is either food, food derivatives, nutritionals, or medicine. Why? Because at this junction, the most important thing now is for people to be healthy. So it means one of the things that is essential for human existence is food. Is food. And food can be described as a kind of drug. A good food will supply good nutrients. A good food will supply good nutrients. Even coronavirus today, everybody, World Health Organization is saying it, eat good food that will boost your immune system. Why? Because virus has no cure, but your immune system can help your body to fight it. So it makes the food industry very essential in terms of nutritionals. Another thing is you need a proven business model that enables you to grow and leverage the work of other people who join you. So you're in business for yourself and not by yourself. What do I mean? It means you need a business that you can work with other people, that you are not alone. That is how to leverage. You need a business model that allows you to work with other people, that makes you not alone. See, it's a traditional business to say, I'm a fashion designer and I want to die as a fashion designer. It's a traditional mentality to say, I'm a carpenter and I want to die as a carpenter. It's a traditional mentality to say, I'm a hairdresser and I want to die as a hairdresser. You need a business model that others can join you and you can leverage efforts together. Another thing is, a business with this model will give you added bonus if people work with you as business partners and not for you as employees. And that's why in our organization, you are not coming in to be an employee to anybody. You are coming in to be a business partner, just like I'm a business partner. I'm a business leader. In Nigeria today, in our business model, they cannot call 10, they cannot call 20 leaders without calling me. Why? Because I've come into the organization in 8 years and I've established myself as a business leader in this country called Nigeria. Another thing is, a system like this will give you a bigger bonus if you are able to make positive impact in the lives and well-being of your customers and your customers and other business partners. So what does it mean? It means here in this organization, we're looking for people who are influential, who are impactful, because you've been dealing with people. I've said it earlier. And another thing is, it gives fun. It gives you fun, something you are happy about, something you are passionate about. You know, somebody described passion as something you do that you even love to continue to do, even if you are not paid for it. And if you sit down there, please think about it. What is it? What is that thing that you do that even if you are not paid, you still continue to do? Guys, I can tell you the answer. The answer is talking, 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 talking. Wallahi, if you are not paid a kobo, you still continue to talk. Now the question is, what do you talk about? Why don't you convert this passion to money making? And that is exactly what a brand promoter is all about. That is exactly what a brand representative is all about. That is exactly what a business representative is all about. You are coming to this organization to turn your passion to money. You are coming in to turn your passion to what? To money. And this takes us to the organization structure. If you look at this slide very well, you see that a man is teaching another man. This man here is teaching a group of people. What does it mean? You're coming to lead people. You're coming to use your passion to train people through trainings and development. It goes a long way. Through trainings and developments. And that's why Robert Kiyosaki said, change your focus from making money to serving more people, and serving more people makes the money comes in. Here in this organization, we work with people. And that's exactly what you'll be coming to do. At this juncture, we're going to the description proper, what you normally call job description. But what I've explained initially is just for you to have a proper mindset as regards what we do in the organization. But I will not be the one to be doing justice to this. I'll be calling up a young lady who is an executive in the organization. She joined the organization a few years back, and that is no other person but Miss Fatimah Ibrahim. This lady is a young lady, and she has achieved so much for herself in the organization. She's going to be my co-anchor here, and she'll be taking you through a lot of things as regards what your job description is all about. Miss Fatimah, are you online, please? Is Miss Fatimah online? Miss Fatimah Ibrahim, she's there, please. Now, this is a young lady who have traveled far and wide, who has achieved so much for herself. She's a graduate of chemistry from University of Ilorin. But here in the organization today, she's one of the leaders the organization have in Nigeria, and she'll be using her experience to talk to us. Miss Fatimah, you have the floor, please. Please, can you pick it up from there? Miss Fatimah, are you there? Miss Fatima, are you there? Fatima Ibrahim, are you there, please? Miss Fatima Ibrahim, are you there? All right. I think we lost her a little, and she's going to join us back in a little jiffy while I continue on her behalf. Okay, she's there already. She's there already. Miss Fatima, we are up to you now. We are with you. All right, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please, we are with you.
I'm here, sir.
All right,
yes, I was muted. Morning.
Pick up, we are with you, please.
My leader. All right, good morning, all. I want to welcome and congratulate everybody who has been able to come down here this morning. I want to say a very wonderful congratulations to you. Success in life is about you being in the right place at the right time with the right set of people. And that is why I want you to understand that you're coming here today is not actually by mistake. You're only going to make it a mistake if at the end of the day, you choose not to pick the positive of everything. And that is why in life, in order for you to go through, you must be a positive-minded person. You must do away with negativity, because it is said that the world is full of 99% negative people. So out of 99% negative people, you can always be the 1%. And that is why I'm actually 1% of the successful and positive people. And that is why we are doing this morning. My name is Fatima, just like my mentor said earlier. I want you to give it up to my leader. Is actually my rock in the organization. Someone said, if you want to travel fast, you go alone. But if you want to travel far, you go with people. And I can boldly stand here to tell you today that this man has carried me on my shoulder, and that is why I'm going far. I joined this organization about 5 years ago. And how did I come in? I used to tell people that it is a level of frustration that will make you know that where you are is not where you're supposed to be. Yes, upon going you will become successful. Yes, I went to school with the hope of actually becoming successful, but the story was turned around. And I wouldn't blame anybody, because in life, there are certain things that work for some people. There are certain things that will stop working for some people. I can remember in the days of my father, going to school worked for him, graduated and got a job, even though he was still laid out of that job after 27 years. Yes. But the truth of the matter is, as we keep growing in life, you get to understand that there are certain times when so many things will not work again. There are certain times where those things will feel we know will stop working. And that is why by the time I graduated from school, the era of companies begging you to work for them has stopped. The era of people giving you a job on your convocation day has actually stopped. And that was why at that point in time, I got to understand survival of the fittest. Now, to cut the story short, I found myself working in an organization where my salary was slashed from 70 to 50,000. And eventually I had to leave because I ended up to become a contract staff. And to make it worse, someone said the moment you keep leaving one place to another, your value keeps depreciating. Now I found myself in another company, Indomie to be precise, and one way or the other, the story was not palatable because I had to leave a job. Being a graduate, I was supposed to be paid 30,000 naira, and I told myself, God forbid. And that is why your self-worth comes in, your self-esteem comes in, your self-value comes in. And that is me. Now, before I came into this organization, I was already tired of working for people, and I started my own business as a self-employed. I started my own catering outfit. And I could remember that catering was as if you are begging people to work for them. Remember, in that slide you saw earlier, as a self-employed, you own a job. Your job even owns you, rather. Why? Because I will beg people to make cake. And so many people will tell me, oh, my birthday, meaning they want me to render the services for free. And I always have a dream of some people I want to be like. I have mentors I'm looking up to. Somebody like Florence Shualakija. And I tell myself, how long do I continue baking cake of cheap money or not getting paid for me to become a successful person in my society? I always have a dream that I want to become a woman of value. I always have a dream that I want to become a woman that every man will always dream of having. But the truth of the matter is, how would I be able to meet up with that? And that was why I prayed to God. I could remember that I was going through a lot of challenges. People. I changed the way I blame people for my misfortune, and that was when my story changed. And that was the day I got a message to be in this organization. I was actually in the physical office, but today you are having yours online, and the story has actually changed. The story has actually changed. So as we proceed, I'll be using my story to talk to you as we move on. Now, very quickly, what do you have to do in order to be a part of this organization? Now, in this organization, you come in to operate as a partner. Now, why partner? I prefer the word partner because having worked for people, you get to understand that your energy, your effort, they actually been taken away from you. You can never work for 5 years, 10 years, and your skills will go through with you. You will leave it. And that's why I call employees as people who are depositors. You go to bank, you deposit money. The moment you deposit money, you can never sit with that money in that bank. You don't understand. So the moment you can't sit with the money at the bank, what do? You need to leave. And that is why for any place you go to work, what have you done? You have deposited a part of you. And one thing I know for sure, you are losing so much. I can remember where I was working before. The moment I left because I trained somebody who eventually took over the job. But in this organization, as a partner, I value it. As a partner, I got to understand that being a partner makes you a stakeholder. Being a partner makes you a part of something bigger than you. Being a partner makes you understand that it is not Ogata or Gauta. It is my own. And your Igbo people used to say, Nkem bu nkem, my own are my own. Now, as a partner in this organization, the problem with so many of us is when we hear the word job, that is the only point we think we can earn. As a partner in this organization, I can boldly tell you, I even earn better than some branch managers in some organizations. Now, what am I trying to say? Income in this organization, we're limiting it to just 3 different streams. There are so many others. Now, one of it is corporate presentation. Corporate presentation is an avenue where you get to relate with our client organization, passing out information. So what do? Someone said, what is a business? A business is you trading products or services. In this organization, we do both. And that is why through corporate presentation, we render services. What does corporate presentation entails? It entails the fact that you help organizations to become more productive. Now, in the likes of this, you get to be paid. I'm going to be explaining that further. Corporate presentation is when you get to understand that it is better I do something for 1 day, 2 days, and I can earn better than working for 30, 31 days. I can remember when I came into this organization, that was the first thing that gave me a conviction. Because the first corporate presentation I went, I actually made my salary of 1 month in 1 day. Yes, I made my salary of 1 month in 1 day. And that was when I turned myself to Mario in this organization. Mario means Nibini Makusi. Because I know the effort and energy I put in. The same way you know for so many of you out there, when it comes to work, you work like jackass. You work like crazy. But ask yourself, your effort, does it commensurate with your results? If your effort does not commensurate, then it means you're wasting your time. And that is why the moment I was able to identify that, I told myself, enough is enough. And I started with this organization. And little by little, I do not just earn in corporate presentation alone, I also earn a monthly pay. My first monthly pay came in March 2015, and it was as little as 52,000 naira. In April, it increased to 77,000 naira. In May, it increased to 157,000 naira. And that was how little by little my monthly pay started increasing today. To the glory of God today, I don't earn 300,000, I don't earn 400,000. My joy today is I've trained people who have successfully earning over 300,000. Now, for you to be able to understand better, please proceed with me. Now, incentive is another thing you need to learn in the organization. Incentive are also things you get to enjoy. They call it icing because incentive is actually an icing on the cake. It is what you get for a job well done. Yes. And that is why my incentive comes in 2 different ways. We have cash incentive and we have travel incentive. Now, cash incentive is when you get to earn basically because little by little you are being told job well done. And I could remember my first incentive came because one way or the other, we're not just building business on our own terms. By virtue of this, we build business by so many other multinationals. And that is why I read a book while I was younger. And the book said, if you want to be successful in life, you need to choose a business economy whose economy is different from that of your country. And to the glory of God today, yes, I am in Nigeria today, but I don't earn in my current economy. Why? My incentive today comes in dollars. Stay with me, I will explain that further. Now, another incentive you get to enjoy is travels. Travel has never been my thing because in my whole life, I've never imagined I could leave the shores of this country. But I know for me to be successful, I can do something in this country and succeed. And that is why I've always had the dream that anything that will take me out of this country would be for leisure and for what? For pleasure. And to the glory of God today, being a part of this organization today, I got it on a platter of gold. On a platter of gold. As a partner in this organization, before 2015, I never had an international passport. Excuse me. Before 2015, I never had an international passport. This was a picture of me taken in Sugar Beach Resort, Mauritius Island. Mauritius Island. Mauritius is an island between Africa and Indian Ocean, and that was 2018. And that was actually my fourth trip in the organization. Now, in Mauritius, it was so exciting because in Mauritius, it made us understand that you're actually close to heaven. This was when we went to South Africa, OR Tambo International Airport. That was the airport we passed through. And it was beautiful, it was exciting, it was wonderful. And at that point in time, I was asking myself, who brought my monkey to this country? And I could see that's a lion. Someone said that's a lion. Someone said that's a tiger. Someone said that's a lion. Someone said that's a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. Someone said that's a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. Someone said that's a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that
All
as a
right.
tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger.
If you
And I
could
could
hear.
see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger. And I could see that as a lion. And I could see that as a tiger.
All right, thank you. If you could hear me, I assume she's having a technical hiccup. And what she was trying to explain are pictures of places she has enjoyed travel incentives with the organization earlier. I'll continue to pick it up for her here. Pending the time she'll be able to get a network or technicality back. Now, she was talking about pictures of when she traveled to Mauritius, to Abu Dhabi, and to so many other places she has traveled to. At least she has traveled with the organization more than 4 times now. And these were pictures of when she traveled to Mauritius. And from Lagos to Mauritius, you have to pass through South Africa. And this is OR Tambo International Airport on the passageway to Mauritius. This is welcome to Sugar Beach. Some of our experiences on the trip. Miss Fatima, when you come back online, just notify and let me know you are back online. Now, this is still a picture at Sugar Beach Resort. And it goes on like that. She has achieved so much more result for herself in the organization. And it's really, really making a whole lot of sense for her presently. All right, she's back. Miss Fatima, can you hear me? Miss Fatima, can you hear me, please? All right. So this is still a continuation of her picture when she traveled. And she has enjoyed so much of travel incentives. She has also enjoyed so much of cash incentives. And that's exactly what she's talking about here. Now, very quickly, as we move on. Okay, she said her system is mute. And so very quickly, as you move on, I want to see how I can assist her to unmute her system. All right, thank you.
All
You're
right,
good to
sir.
go.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Sorry, guys. Network in Nigeria. We just had to enjoy ourselves. All right. Very quickly, this is actually a picture of myself that was actually in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi last year, March to be precise, 2019. To the glory of God today and to the glory of this organization, every year I've been able to qualify for trips, meaning ever since 2015, I have been traveling. If not for the pandemic, by next month, I've already packed my bag, preparing for a trip to Europe. You don't understand. And that is for you to know. Someone said success is not just about you doing the same thing, it's about you learning to do so many things that bring about success. And that is why you don't need to be the best, but you just need to be among the best for you to actually be. That is leverage. Now, very quickly, these are some of the pictures that was taken at Fremont Bab Alba Hotel. It was wonderful. I met so many exotic people. I met so many beautiful people. I saw so many buildings that were wonderful. And we actually went to Ferrari World. Ferrari is actually where they manufacture the Ferrari cars. And before I went to Abu Dhabi, I've been looking forward to being a Ferrari because they made me understand that Abu Dhabi is the only country in the world where they use Ferrari as taxi. And I tell you, I was actually in a Ferrari and I was excited. And this is a picture of Yas Water World. Yas Water World is actually a very beautiful place where we went to go through. We went to Disney Island. It was exciting. And I used to watch Disney. I'm somebody who like cartoons so well. So going to Abu Dhabi and I saw Disney World. It was mixed statues. I snapped with them. I was happy. This was where we went to do snake swimming. It was exciting. I went to some other ambassadors in there. It was exciting, like Mr. Obafemi Bankole. It was wonderful. And that is why I don't know what you want to do in life, that enjoying lifestyle is actually part of it. And that is why when I came into this organization, I don't need a prophet to tell me that this is where I'm supposed to be. Someone said in life, you don't need to actually do that thing that you love alone. Even if it takes you to do something you hate, provided it will help you get the achievement you are looking for. And that is why, little by little, I got the achievement I was looking for in this organization. I did not come in like I know everything, but I came in under tutorship, I came in under training, and I got going. And that's why don't come in and say, oh, how will I do it? I don't even think I can do it. I don't even know. There's absolutely nothing you don't know how to do. The moment you subject yourself to being trained, I tell you, you can go further. Like I was telling some of my team members that there are certain things in life they don't need to teach you. As a man, they don't need to teach you how to woo a lady. As a woman, they don't need to make you understand that if you look good, you attract the best of people. And that is why, one way or the other, in as much as those things are not what they sit you down to teach you, then the moment you can subject yourself to being trained, I tell you, you can get going. As a local team member, these are levels you get to in these organizations, and that is where the career path in business comes in. You see, some people they'll be like, it is only on a job I can build career. My dear, in business, I am building career. I am building career because I know where I'm actually going. For the federal government, they tell you, oh, we have level 17. And as a level 17 officer, they earn between 200 to 500,000. I can tell you, in this organization, where I'm going is actually a 5D director. And as a 5D director, I don't earn in 500,000. I earn in millions. Now, let me take it from the scratch. As a local team member, that is the first level you go through. You enjoy the local lifestyle. You are trained locally. You go for your local training and all of those. Now, for you to be a local team member, the first thing you need to do is to acquire your franchise. You're a new partner. You qualify as an SM. As an SM, you qualify for an incentive of 3 in 30, meaning you build a capacity of 3 people in 30 days. I can tell you that is not a big deal. That is not actually a big deal because every day it is what we do. Now, this is an opportunity for you to convert what you do on a daily basis to something greater. Now, another level you get to is what? An international team member. Somebody says start building life when you have strength. The Bible said the glory of a man is in his youth, in his strength. Your youthful age is your useful age. What you do while you are young determines where you are going to be sitting when you are old. Today, you have so many old people who are old, elderly, and one way or the other, they are not really actually acquiring anything for themselves. And that's why in this organization, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, I can tell you we are making something happen. Today in my team, I have so many elderly people, I have so many young people, and so can you become something for yourself. So as an international team member, that's the level you get to. You start collecting your incentive in $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000. Remember, the economy of my country is not in dollars, it's in naira. Now, as a bonus, you earn on your monthly basis 133,000 as an S director, 1R director 200,000, 2R director 233,000, 3R director 333,000. These are what you earn on a monthly basis at these levels. And that is why you can see the more the merrier. As you're growing, it's getting more interesting. Now, the next level is the level of president team member. As a president team member, this is the level you get to. If money is your problem, you will tell yourself, money can never be my problem. Money can never be your problem, because why? You have done everything possible for success to come. And one way or the other, as a 4R director, you don't earn at all. You earn in thousands and thousands. Now, this is just to show you that a minimum. The moment you get to this level, remember dollar is increasing, payment rate also increases. As a 4R director, you earn 4,000 US dollars. All right, sorry, please. So as I was saying, it means one way or the other, the moment you get to all of this level, you can see as the levels are increasing, your payment increases. Today, we have a medical doctor at this level. He's a very young man. At the age of 28, he does not earn at all. He earns over 1 point something million on a monthly basis. Yes, you can see 666, but this is actually a minimum. Dr. Biola is actually a graduate from Babcock University. On a session basis, they pay over 1 point something million for their school fee. And today, he graduated as a medical doctor, and today is actually building business. He'll tell you that how many injections will he give before he becomes the successful medical doctor in the whole world. When you go to Forbes magazine only shows faces of successful business owners, not successful self-employed people. Are we together? And that is why one way or the other, today as a medical doctor is doing well for himself. I don't know what your profession is. I don't know what your skills are. Now, moving on very quickly, you get to become a shareholder of a company your father did not build. You get to become a shareholder of a company you don't even know how they started. And that is why little by little, as a shareholder today, your problem is going to be how to spend money. And that's why if you're somebody like me, coming into the organization, you had a problem of money. When I came in, my number one problem was money. After money is still money. Now, what made all of this to come about is as a result of partnering with this beautiful and exciting company called New Life. Now, New Life as an organization has been founded since 1958. Now, New Life is actually a company that has superior quality nutrition and diet. And that is why we are inviting people who get to understand that having to impact people's life is interesting. Now, when it comes to New Life is actually an organization that is so broad. And that is why some of you might have heard about this company before. Some of you are hearing it for the first time. Now, the truth of the matter is, in a business, there's always a system that makes it work. And that is why when you understand a business, understand the fact that it is a system in that business that makes a difference. In your life today, we are of a difference. And that is why I can abandon my profession as a chemistry graduate to build business. And for you to understand that if there is not so much more in it, there wouldn't be a reason for me to go through. So stay with me. Now, as we're moving on, this is the founder and the CEO of New Life International. This is a company that has existed for the past 62 years, a company that has stood a test of time. And that is one thing that is so exciting. So exciting because when you're doing something and it has taken more than a decade, then I can tell you you are doing the right thing. And that is why I'm excited about what I'm doing. I'm excited to impact people's life financially, health-wise, and in every other aspect. Now, when it comes to the payment I was explaining earlier, this is what is the a deep information of my mentor, my dad that I spoke earlier. This is a brief information has been period of war, living in a society where people will start saying, how will somebody be in Nigeria in this economy and be earning in millions? I can tell you, even with this lockdown, this man still earn in millions. Now, this is his payment far back 2014. Far back 2014, June to be precise. Now, what does it mean? July rather. And that is why, as at June 2014, his payment was 551,765 as at June 2014. What does it mean? It means this is a man since 2014 has been earning over 500,000. Now, just like I said earlier, monthly pay, it increases bit by bit. Now, one thing about monthly pay is, in order for your monthly pay to be interesting, you have to go through with having a value. Now, one thing about value is a value of your business can shake, but your level in the business can never shake. And that is why you notice some of these payments, one way or the other, no matter how we shake, it is still within range. Now, from 551 to 570, from 570 to 555, from 555 to 678. I don't know, but please go through with me. From that to 520, from 520 to 700. Now you can see it is increasing, but it is not leaving the range. Now that is business for you. And that is where the vulnerability of business comes in. And that is why from that point, as at same June, that is 1 year to that time, the payment of 500 has increased to 1 million. Has increased to 1 million as of 2015. So my mentor that was talking to you earlier has been earning over 1 million before now. So if you're coming into this organization, you have a privilege to work with people. You have a privilege to understand that we are only giving you an opportunity for you to become better for yourself. Yoruba used to say, "Agbati lo mininu koto di anything." You don't understand. I'm sorry about that, but I'm not sorry. Now, as of 2015 October to be precise, that payment has increased to 1.9 million naira. That was 2 million naira after tax. That was 2 million naira before tax rather, and after tax it was 1.9. So this is a man that's been earning over 2 million naira. Now he has trained several individuals in the organization. Dr. Biola, I mentioned earlier, he has trained so many people. He has trained in this organization, and that's why if you're coming in, someone said in life, how do you know you're successful? You know you are successful by the number of people you have helped to be successful. And that's what it says in this organization, because he has trained me. Now, very quickly, let us move forward. These are pictures of his travels. Like I was talking about mine earlier, I said it that in the last few years, I've traveled to 5 different countries. Now, for him, he has traveled about 20 different times with the organization, over 20. That is the picture of his passport. And that is why one way or the other, when you come into this organization, I don't know what you see. And that is why this man today, he has a permanent residence in America. But I'll tell you, I'd rather be in Nigeria to build business than to go and sit in one country for the rest of my life. And that's why you can see those are stamps of different countries. You can see stamps of Abu Dhabi. You can see stamps of Mauritius. You can see stamps of South Africa. You can see stamps of United States. Okay, this is his visa to United States of America. That is his visa. If you know visa, you know there is immigrant and immigrant visa. So he himself, he actually has a permanent resident, and that is why you can see the visa there. Now, one way or the other, we have so many other stamps here. You have stamps to Mauritius. You have stamps to, okay, you can see UAE, United Arab Emirates. He has gone to that. In fact, South Africa is like his second home. Every month, every year, he travels to South Africa, all cover paid by the multinational. That is just it. Now, very quickly, let's move on. Comes the pictures. In 2018 and in 2019, also went to Rome. Now, Tom, name it. I don't know how you want to see it, but name it. This is his visa to Mexico. That was 2018. It was crazy. Now, one way or the other, this is a Schengen visa to France, and it was wonderful. It was exciting, and that is why I don't know what you see. I don't know what you want in life, but if all of these I've been able to mention are things you're looking for, people build this organization because they want to travel. Some come into this organization because they want to build a legacy for their generation. Other people come into this organization because they want to build a legacy for their family. because they want to build a career. Other people come this want to have a healthy living. Other
serious issues with network here. And very quickly, let's move on. All right, if I could help her out, what she was explaining earlier, if you could hear me, please give me a thumb up. What she was explaining earlier are just a little of my pictures and some other things in the organization. And you know, I said it earlier, I said this session is not for people who are not ready to do things for themselves. This session is not for people who are Thomases, doubting Thomases. This session is for people who are angry at where they are and they want to make a change. People take responsibilities, not people who are waiting for government to take responsibilities for them. Miss Fatima, if you are there, you're on mute. Please, you can speak up, please. So this session is for people who are ready to take responsibilities for themselves and move on with things. That is exactly who this session is meant for, not people who trade in blame game. Not people who trade in blame game. So very quickly, while she's trying to connect back, I'll push it further for her from here until she's able to connect back. So very quickly, this is a sample of some of my bonuses that as far back of 2014, 2015. If you go look at that international passport, related to my name here, you could see Akisulola, Akisulola. Are you getting it now? Now, in moving on, very quickly, think of your income as a table. Think of your income as a table. Only one leg support, if only one leg supports your table. If that one leg breaks, the table collapses. If just one leg supports your table, if that one leg breaks, the table collapses. And that is why you need to understand that you need to multiple streams of income to get going. Nobody needs to teach you all of that about multiple streams of income, because without multiple streams of income, you won't be able to get going as expected. All right. If you are there, Miss Fatima.
All right, so I'm here, sir. All right. Okay, guys. So if you have one leg of a table supporting you, it means your income can scramble and wobble at any time. Now, only one leg supports the table. Now, if one leg breaks, the table collapses. Now, imagine your stream of income as this other table, who have a multiple legs to support the table. Now, if one leg breaks, the table will wobble, but it will remain. If your what in
All right. I think I'll finish up this session for her. Since our network is not giving the best. Now, if you can hear me, please give me a thumb up. Let me be sure you guys can hear me and that we're on the same page, please. If you can hear me, let me be sure you can hear me and we're on the same page. So you need a multiple streams of income to get going. And imagine your multiple legs. It supports the table. If one leg breaks, the table will wobble but still remain standing. And that is why you need to be part of this organization to get going. Success demands 5 things from you. Success demands 5 things from you. The first thing it demands is hard work. The next thing it demands is sacrifice. You need to sacrifice for what you believe. You need to sacrifice for what you believe. Whatever the result you've seen so far comes as a result of hard work and sacrifices. If there's no sacrifice, I would not have left America to remain in Nigeria to build a business for myself. So it means in one way or the other, I'm in Nigeria because I sacrificed my residency in America to be in Nigeria. Rather than stay in America, I'm in Nigeria building business. I go to the US sometimes once in a year. So what does it mean? You need sacrifices. You need sacrifices. Another thing you need is struggle. Freedom, they say, cometh by struggle. Freedom does not come on a platter of gold. So you must be ready to struggle for what you believe in. You must be ready to struggle for what you believe in to get it going. You must be ready to struggle for what you believe in. Are you getting it now? To get it going and move on. And you have to have faith in what you're doing. CF Lead is just a training organization. CF Lead is a leadership and entrepreneurial organization. The main company we're in partnership with is New Life. Every one of us in CF Lead are all connected to New Life. So you must have faith and believe in the company you're in partnership with. And the next thing you need is you must be patient to run it through. You must be patient. Success does not come in one day. Success comes over time. Success does not come overnight. Remember what I said? I've been in this organization since 2012. And since 2012, I began to build little by little by little by little. You can't come into the organization in one day and become who I am, but you become who I am over time. You can even become more than me. So what do you mean? It means you need a lot of things to get going. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in the principle. You need to believe in the organization. You need to have patience to get going. You need to have patience to build through. You need to have patience and belief system in yourself. It goes a long way. Then another thing you need in the organization is to understand that you're coming in not just to be a member, you're coming in to be a leader. A leader will say, let us go. Miss Fatimah, are you there, please? Miss Fatimah, are you there? Now, there are 2 calibers of people that work with us in the organization. We have the unit leaders and the unit member. Who is a leader? I'm a leader in the organization. Miss Fatimah is a leader in the organization. And that is why as you're coming to the organization, we expect you to also be a leader in the organization. Be a leader to get going. Be a leader in the organization to be able to drive other people along. Be a leader to also be able to drive yourself along in the organization. Are you there now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, guys. So very quickly, as we're moving on, as a unit leader, you need to become the head. And as a unit leader, you drive people. Who is a leader? A leader is somebody who knows the way and is ready to show the way. A leader is somebody who lead and other people follow. So unit members are people who are going to be fixed under the unit of the leader to be trained. And that is why being a unit leaders are people we are looking for. The first set of people we are looking to be selected are people who know what they want, are people who can lead people, are people who have a wonderful leadership skills and are ready to say, yes, I have what it takes. Not people who somebody still needs to dictate their life for them. And that's why if you are there, somebody who is dictating you, you still need to go and take permission. Someone said greatness does not demand what? Permission. You want to be a great person, you don't need permission from anybody. Your situation is enough to give you that permission. Your life situation is enough to give you the permission you are looking for. And that is why unit leaders are people who have a sense of urgency. Are people who have a sense of urgency about the situation of their life. Unit leaders are people who are ready to take the bull by the horn. And that is why, what do you need for you to be a unit leader or a unit member? Unit leaders are people who can proceed to get themselves started with the organization immediately. Immediately. And what do they need to do for them to get started immediately? They need to have a right. A right. Now, what is the right? A right is that legal binding between two people. The Bible said, can two people work together except they agree? Now, this is not just agreeing by mouth, this is agreeing by documentation. Remember, partnership is an agreement between two or more parties. We can agree to work together, but there is something at stake. I said earlier that this is a business that you can build for your generation. What does it mean? New Life does not know you before. They never knew me before. But by virtue of having a legal connection with them and having to be a registered partner, yes. Someone said if you want to go through with financial freedom will cost you something. It's just like a man that wants to marry a woman. The first thing you do is to do what? Take the man or the woman to court. What have you done? You want to legalize it. You want to legalize it. And another thing a right will be symbolizing is just like a man that wants to build a house. If you want to build a house, the first thing you need to do is to do what? Acquire a land. You can't build your house on a free hair. You can't build on a house on a free hair. So what do? You acquire a land. Now, in order for you to acquire a land, you now need to first of all identify, where do I need my land? There are lands everywhere, but the kind of land you get on Banana Island and the kind of land you are going to get in Oshu State, they are not the same. The kind of land you are going to get in Lekki, you cannot get the same kind of land in what do we call it, Ajegunle. What does it mean? It means when you are buying a land on Banana Island, you are not just buying land, you are buying what? Value. Because who are you living in Banana Island? And that is why for you to be able to acquire that, it will cost you something. Now, why do you even need to be a registered partner? Number one, for direct connectivity. Direct connectivity, yes. New Life operates in well over 50 countries in the world. Now, for you to be directly connected to them, that's the reason why you need a right. The moment you have a right, you're going to be going through with your documentation. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a registration number. Name can be the same, but numbers can never be the same. And that is why everybody, the moment you're registered, you'll be acquiring your what? Your identity, which is your numbers. Are we together? Numbers at which you used to operate in different parts of the world. And that's why if you leave Nigeria today, say you want to go to another part of the world, I tell you your business is still moving. Another reason why you need to go through with a right is for you to have a level of defense. Yes, the fence means the company will stand in for you come what may. You can come into the organization with a different field of education. I can remember the fence came in for me in 2015. That was the first time I had an opportunity to travel out of the country. And I was held up by the immigration officer. Why? Because I didn't stamp my passport at the point of entry. I was carried away. Now, the company had to come in to defend me. Why? Because I was a partner. I have a right. I have my license. I have my legal binding. Are we together? Now, imagine I went on that trip on the personal term. It means one way or the other, deportation is so easy. Now, my right came in through, that was another thing you need is a measure of performance. Now, remember, your monthly pay was increasing bit by bit. It is as a result of measuring of performance. There's a way your performance is being measured on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. But what I'm doing today, my performance is being measured. So what does it mean? It means every activity goes through to what you earn at the end of the month. And that is why you notice that a performance at 35% cannot end like a performance at 85%. Now, in order for you to understand your measure of performance very well, you'll be going through with a level of induction after now. A level of induction will be breaking down other systems of how you get your business going, and is interesting. Now, in order for you to go through with this, what will it cost you for you to be a registered partner with this organization? Number one is going to cost you your time. Number two is going to cost you your effort. And number three is going to cost you money. For so many of us before now, we have done so many registrations. We have gotten so many rights before now. Sometimes we have it in form of qualification, in form of certification, and some of those. I got mine in form of certification because me, I love book back then. Back then, no, you don't understand. And I got it in form of professional certification. But I tell you, all of the professional certification today, they are not what is fetching me money today. And that is why channel your energy into what will give you results. And that was why when I came into this organization, even without knowing what to do, I followed the principle by Richard Branson. If you're given an amazing opportunity and you don't know how to do it, say yes to the opportunity and learn how to do it. I started learning. And what does it cost for you to be a registered partner? It's just a token of 17,500 naira. With 17,500 naira, you have bought into your future. With 17,500 naira, you are making a difference for your generation. With 17,500 naira, you have bought a lifestyle for you and your generation. And that is why. Don't be like this man that is here. 17,000 naira now will be a problem to so many people. In fact, the moment I said you'll be a registered partner, so many people will start having headaches now. So many people now will start contemplating, can I do it? Can I not do it? But the truth of the matter is there's absolutely nothing you cannot do. Don't let money be a factor. You are home now, you will spend money. And you will keep spending money. Yoruba used to say something that sometimes the money we spend to become successful is not even up to what we spend at irrelevancies. If you buy clothes, you buy phones, you buy so many things, ask yourself, what are those things giving to you? And that is why I went to the mall which day and I saw some guys buying drinks, buying so many things. And I said, wow, in this recession, in fact, somebody was saying something online yesterday and said, what are those things you have bought differently even with this lockdown? And I was surprised when so many people were saying, I bought clothes, I'm waiting for delivery, I bought wristwatches, I bought jewelries. So the truth of the matter is, the money you're going to spend now is little compared to what you have been spending. Take it or leave it. If you don't spend the 17,500 to register yourself today, you will still spend more than that for something that will not even take you further tomorrow. And that's why don't be like this man who is cold and want to warm himself. The ladder that will take him to the top, what will he do? If he gets up to the ladder and he moves to the other side, he will get more warm. But rather, he decided to use his temporary comfort. Now, he enjoyed the temporary comfort, but he wasted his future comfort. And that is why do something today that your future will be grateful for. Don't burn your opportunities for a temporary comfort. Leave your comfort zone, because the moment you leave your comfort zone, success is sure to come. Now, with 17,500 naira, you even get a money back system. A money back system, because embedded in it are some of our brands that you'll be getting back in form of 14,000 naira. Do you get it now? So it means the remaining 3,000 something, you'll be using it for your administrative fee, your ID card, and other things. You don't understand? So those are your literature materials, rather. Now, those literature materials, so many of these things that was explained, and some of those that were not explained, you are going to be getting it in your materials. And these materials will be delivered to your doorstep. Now, in order for you to be able to go through with this, you need to understand that success in life comes when you simply refuse to give up with goals so strong that obstacles, failure, and loss only act as a motivation. Remember, opportunities will not come to you prepared. You have to be the one to prepare for opportunities. We are using Zoom as an application now. So many of you before now, you don't even know about Zoom. You only got to know about Zoom based on this online information phase. Now, imagine the owner of Zoom was not preparing for a day like this. It means the moment this opportunity came, do you know how much money the guy has made? Today is one of the top earners in the world right about now. What will you do that will take care of finances? Are we together? And that's why, in order for you to be able to go through with opportunities, understand that opportunities are there. You are only supposed to harness it at the right time. And that's why this is not the time to procrastinate. This is not the time to be telling yourself, okay, I'll do it later. Remember, later means never. Yes. Later means never. A sense of urgency is all you need for you to be able to go through. Now, even if you're seeing 17,500 to be a problem, do you know successful people? They do things without even having headache. So many of us, we are poor in thinking, and that is why for you now, 17,500 will be looking like a problem. Successful people use some certain principles, and one of the principles is the principle of OPM. OPM means what? Other people's money. OPT means other people's time. OPI means other people's idea. For so many of us that are working on a job, so many of those things, your boss take it away from you and they pay you that stipend as salary. They take your time, they take your effort, they take your idea, they take your energy. But as an entrepreneur, you only need one of those. I mean one. And that one is what I call OPM, other people's money. Today, Dangote is the richest man in Africa. Today, Dangote was able to donate over billions of naira. And one way or the other, that is because today Dangote has a refinery. And that refinery is the second largest refinery in the world. Now, what am I trying to say in essence? It means for somebody like that, did he build the refinery on his own terms? No. The number one thing he did was to go into partnership. Partnership with people who have knowledge of what he's about to do. Now you're coming into partnership too. You might not have the knowledge, but you are coming into a team of people who already have the knowledge. So you leverage on that. Now, another thing he went into was to understand the principle of OPM, other people's money. He went to the Apex Bank and he lent little amount of money. Now, that is a success mindset. A growth mindset makes you understand that 1,000 in 17 places is 17,005. So don't celebrate problems. Be creative. The more creative you are, the more creative your results will be, and the more success you get to achieve. And that is why little by little today, don't come into the organization and celebrate problems. Celebrate your problem, but don't annex the problem again from this moment. From this moment, you have found the solution. Do something about it. And don't say because you have found this opportunity now, you want to be able to start thinking. See, remember, too much of thinking leads to paralysis. The more you think, the more you hurt yourself. And the more you hurt yourself, the more you doubt. And the more you doubt, the less action you are going to take. So don't turn yourself to a doubting Thomas. Don't turn yourself to somebody who can think for Africa. Remember, the word of success is for people who put in action. And that is why we have some vitamins in this organization that has to do with vitamin A, action. You need action. You need your believing system, and I can tell you, you can make it happen. Now, for all of this to happen, you need to relate back to people who invited you to this session, for them to be able to carry you along one way or the other. This is the time for you to understand that for success to be, it's actually up to you. It's in your hand to make a difference. It's in your hand to make something happen. Right about now, I want to hand it over back to my mentor, sir, and one way or the other, we'll be taking it up from there. Thank you very much,
Thank you very
sir.
much, Ms. Fatima. That was a powerful session. To everybody who has been connected so far, she has done justice to everything. She has explained all that you need. Now, the next thing is to take action. Somebody said it's a different thing for you to know what to do. The next thing is to do it. Are you getting it now? Now, everybody, I know there are different categories of people at this junction. There are those who will say, I'm ready, I will do it now. And there are those who will say, I can't do it. And there are those who will say, I'll think about it. Guys, you want to hear the truth? The world does not celebrate thinkers. The world celebrates achievers. There are a lot of opportunities that have come your way far before now. And all you do is to take your time to be thinking and thinking and thinking. And if you're going to say the truth, you will agree with me that most of the things you think about, you end up not doing them. The only thing you do, the only thing you can say you achieve are the things you take your time to take action on and do immediately. What does it mean? It means if you have all it takes to get yourself fully registered now, the organization needs you to get going. The organization needs you as part of the workforce. And why does the organization need you as part of the workforce in this time? The reason is because New Life as an organization is regarded as an essential services worldwide by the World Health Organization, acknowledged by Nigeria federal government with NAFDAC. So we need more people on board to be able to represent what the organization have to offer in terms of nutrition. I tell you the truth, yesterday morning, I went out. We are not under lockdown. We are working. We're on the go because we have products and services to offer to people. Yesterday, I went out and a lot of policemen accosted me on the way. And the question was, where are you going? And I had to show them my ID card and told them, I'm on essential services. I have products and services to deliver to people. And all they could say is, I should get going. So many checkpoints I had to get going. Why? Because what I'm doing in partnership with the organization make me essential at this point. And that is exactly where you're coming in. The organization needs you to come in to be able to meet the demand at this junction. A lot of people are asking for their well-being. A lot of people are asking questions about nutritionals, what they need to do, and that is where you come in. So come in and take advantage of the opportunity on ground and take action now. Another thing you need is not to procrastinate whatever you need to do. If you have the money for your registration, contact the number that sent you this invite and they will guide you through on how you get registered. Now, the moment you are registered, you're going to start your training. We have trainings, like Ms. Fatima said, we have induction training and we have cycle training that gives you all the orientations you need to be able to get going. Are you getting it now? The Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct, and in all that you seek understand. What does it mean? All we have done today is just a paraphrase, just summary. You could see we were managing time and we were rushing and rushing and rushing. The reason is because people are burning data, people are working on data and the likes. So please You need more understanding. So the moment you register, you're going to go through a lot of trainings that will get you going. Don't assume you know it all. You don't know it all yet. So the trainings will help you better, and it will be championed by your team, your coordinators. They'll be the one to guide you through and get you going. So what you need to do now is, the moment you are done with this session now, send a message now to the number that invited you to this workshop and tell the person you are done with the session and what is the next thing. So they will give you a call. Representatives of the organization are connected with us online now. They will give you a call and they will guide you step-to-step analysis on how you get registered. Now, the moment for you to get registered, you're going to send your details to those representatives. That is what they're going to use to process your registration online. Online registration is processed via neolifeafrica.com. Now, what does it mean? Once your registration is processed, you're going to get a text message from Neolife, and you're going to get an email from Neolife indicating that your registration has been confirmed. Now, the amount you pay for your registration will also be indicated. It means you are not paying your money to fill anybody's pockets. Please get it right. We live in a world where we have doubting Thomases. We live in a world where a lot of people believe that 1 naira will make another person richer. This is business. Your 75 is not making anybody richer. When I came into the organization, I got registered. My registration then was 8,500 naira. Now registration is 17,500. Guys, you need to understand that if you don't throw away, you cannot get in replace. One thing about life is money must go out of you for money to come back to you. Good measurement, press down, shake it together, and run it over. That is what the Bible says about money. So please don't have the mentality that you can keep getting without having something to sacrifice or something to go for. And remember that this money, just like Ms. Fatimah said, has a money back system in such a way that you get the money back to you. Those are ways they will guide you accordingly. And for some people who say, I'm ready to get going, but I don't have the money for my registration. In fact, I only have part of it. I don't have everything. The number attached will guide you through. There is also an instrumental option that can help you in getting going. But this is the difference. Those who have the money to pay for their registration today are going to be acknowledged as the leaders who are getting going immediately. For these people, their training starts immediately. Now, for those who are paying instrumentally, they are going to be the unit members thereafter. So what does it mean? It means members are those who are going to be working under the unit of the leaders thereafter. So that is the difference between the two. And that is why if you have the capacity to get registered and get going. Are we together? Don't waste your time. Don't delay yourself and keep moving. But if you don't have the capacity, you can explore the instrumental option to get going. It has been a wonderful session, everybody. I wish to see everybody in the course of your training. I'm going to be part of your training. I will be there with you along the line. Remember, you're going to be in business for yourself, but not only by yourself, because you have a team of people that will be guiding you. And it's going to be a wonderful journey eventually. Guys, I want all of us to come into the organization and let us achieve success all together. Now, for questions that you might have, take your time to ask the number attached to the invitation. They will be there to take all your questions and concerns. But please, don't use questions to drive yourself away. Don't get confused at this junction and don't confuse yourself by yourself. Ask questions, let them guide you through and get going. The sky, they say, is the beginning. Thank you very much and enjoy your lockdown while you stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day and God bless you.